Hey guys, this is Asif from Imantix AI Academy. Today we'll be doing a very short discussion on a topic which is covered in models. It's called weights. Often when people talk about models, there's a discussion of weights. And what are weights, and what are open weighted models, and what are non-open weighted models. So in general, weights are they are the parameters that are used by models to take decisions. They are the key training. So they are the result of the training data that has been processed. So you feed in a large amount of data into a model. These are foundational models. So they are based on large amounts of data. So you feed in a large amount of data, you train the model. The result of the training are a set of weights that get generated. So whenever you ask a question based on the weights that are present in the model, it responds in a particular manner or with a particular bias if a bias has been fed into the model. Now, there are models, and from a security perspective, there's always been a discussion between open weighted models and non-open weighted models. So there are these models which are hosted online, like OpenAI's entire series of models, Anthropic's set of models, and all of these. These are not open weighted. That means we don't know what kind of decisions they are prone to take when they are asked a question. So they could have a certain bias. They could respond in a particular manner. They could have been trained to respond in a particular manner. For example, often it is said that DeepSeek is would respond in give you responses that are politically correct from a Chinese perspective. It may not be politically correct globally, but since it's trained on that kind of data set, it would respond in that particular manner. But again, we don't have that or the weights for DeepSeek, so you wouldn't be able to verify that except by looking at the responses. So when people build their own models, they use an underlying model and they try to build on it. They would prefer to take a model where the weights are known. So then there are these famous models which are open weighted. That means they share the weights that they use, and among them you have Llama. The Llama series of models, they are open weighted. You have Grok. You have Mistral. These are some open weighted models where the weights are known, and hence you can see that what kind of bias or what kind of responses the model would give given certain questions, given certain answers, and it just creates a larger amount of trust when people are using these particular models. Recently, we had OpenAI launching the OSS series of models. They launched two models. The one is the 20B and the 120B model. That is 20 billion parameters and 120 billion parameters. The 120 billion parameters is like, it's pretty close to saying that it's a large language model, but you can theoretically run it on your hardware if your hardware supports it. But these are open weighted models. So from security and compliance and risk, this concept has been there for a long time, but it does make sense for us to know that there are certain models that are open weighted. So if you're building something on top of it, you want to use an open weighted model. Yeah, thank you.